Good evening, wonderful people, great dear France. Good evening, wonderful
Listen
people.
to this. 2 weeks ago.
Good evening, wonderful people, great dear France. This message is for the one Nigerianist. This very message is an information that just got to me right now. This very information is for the people living in Nigeria, all the Christian leaders, all the judges and the lawyers that stood against swearing in of Tinubu, and all the political agitators in Nigeria. Each and every one of them will be killed. This is information that just got to me on a text message. I have to take my time to extract this very message so that I don't play the voice of the person that gave me this very message. It came today. And I want you to share this very message all across Nigeria. Send this message to all the judges and the lawyers that you know that stood against Tinubu swearing in. Send it to all the religious leaders, the bishops and the pastors and the rest of them that you know. Also send this message to all the lawyers and judges, like I said. Send this message to all the political agitators, that each and every one of them should mobilize millions of Afghans, millions of Nigerians. When I say Nigerian, people that stood for one Nigeria. Let this message get to them. It is very, very important that they all get this message, because each and every one of them need to march to the DSS and then release Mazi Odinkemma. You understand what I'm saying now? Each and everyone need to mobilize. Same also goes to anybody that called himself one Nigerian, because you see this very swearing in that just happened. It is going to massacre a lot of people. Now, let me read the information. Information reaching me now is on the 1st of this very June, 2023, slaughters of Christian leaders in Nigeria will start on the 1st of June, 2023. According to the report, that all the lawyers and the judges that are involved in seeking for court to stop the inauguration of Tinubu, that also accused the APC government overthrowing that of Section 1, Subsection 2 of Nigerian Constitution, 1999, and Subsection 14 of Subsection 2A, asking over 13 million Nigerians to stop anyone that was sworn in as the president of Nigeria. And so also, they should not take any order. They should not take any order from this very president that was sworn in. And this very president that was sworn in should not give order to anybody because this very order will not be carried. And they are asking for a revolution in Nigeria. According to the report said that all the leadership of all the political organizations should all be killed as well. Everyone should march to Abuja. Everyone, the judges, the lawyers that stood against this very Tinubu. I am going to play a video that was circulating in connection of these judges and lawyers that they are referring. I'm going to play a video about that. So all the judges and lawyers, all the political organization, and all the Christian leaders, bishops, pastors in Nigeria should all gather to march Abuja, starting a protest. And make sure that you armed yourself. Make sure that you armed yourself. Because the information is that these people had a conference before swearing in this very president by 4 a.m. And this very conference meeting was that they have agreed and give an order to all the terrorist leaders residing all across the damnable Zoological Republic of Nigeria, an order to march to carry on this very attack. This is information. So immediately they had that very meeting and they have to sworn in Tinubu by 4 a.m. So this is the information. Now let me play a video. Let me play a video.
Morning, sir. Yes.
Well, we were here on Wednesday. The court gave us Wednesday as a day to come for our ruling. And then we were given the same information that the court was attending a conference and that the ruling had been adjourned to today. So I take it that at the time they were adjourning to today, they already knew that they would be out of whatever conference they were going to have. So we're here back today, and they are giving us the same excuse of the court attending a conference. We don't think that that is a fair way to treat us. You see, this thing, everybody has rights. I think the impression that as litigants, as people who approach the court, we have no rights. We are absolutely at the mercy of the system. It's a very wrong one. Respect begets respect. You have to respect me as a litigant, then I will respect you as the judex. So if the court, what we see is that we have not been fairly treated. I have been in Abuja for how long now? Nobody has asked me about my hotel bills. I practice from Lagos. If he wasn't going to sit, he should have told me. He should have told me on Wednesday, I'll be back in my chambers in Lagos now. But he asked me to come back today, only to get the same excuse. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. And as far as I'm concerned, we are, by the grace of God, going to do something about it. In the sense that I think we need to sue. We need to bring it before the court so that it will be examined. What we have lost, the rights that we sought is to restrain this swearing in. So by the court not sitting, we've lost a great deal.
That's right.
So who is going to pay for that? If you came and gave a ruling that we don't have a right it will be understandable. Now you're seemingly staying away from the court. Makes me understand that we have a right, but for one reason or the other, you cannot find the courage to declare that right. So you are now trying to use absence from the court as a means of depriving me of that right. So I'm going to sue, you're going to pay. You will pay for it. You pay for it. You are going to tell me why you left the court. And we will fight it to Supreme Court. And maybe we will establish as a precedent that Nigerians ought not to be treated in this fashion.
That's right.
With all due respect to the learned Judex, for whom I have the greatest respect. But like I said, this ruling, it will not take 2 minutes.
That's right.
It will not take 2 minutes to deliver the ruling and then get back to any conference that, he's attending. So what I want to say, I have said it, I have written to all the security agencies, I have written to major embassies, I've written to the American embassy, I've written to the British embassy, I've written to the French embassy, German embassy, and I've warned that you cannot make the mistake of installing an unconstitutional president in Nigeria.
That's right.
It will have been better that you resolve this question that we brought before the court. We are not saying that the question must be resolved in our favor. We brought the question here to be resolved. We have a right to have the question resolved. Like I always say, hearing belongs to me, decision belongs to the court. You understand? So you cannot make the mistake of installing somebody unconstitutionally. It's an overthrow of the Constitution. That person, now if you read section 1 subsection 2 of the Constitution, it says, no person or group of persons shall be permitted to take control of the federal government or any part of it, take control of federation or any part of it, except in accordance with the Constitution. That section invests every Nigerian with authority to resist whoever is sworn in.
That's right. Yes.
Contrary to the Constitution.
That's right.
Every Nigerian,
yes,
in every station of life,
yes,
wherever he is,
that's right,
that is an order from the Constitution to that person to resist whoever is sworn in unconstitutionally. Yes. So it must be that those who want to do this swearing in have conspired against democracy.
That's right.
And want to overthrow it.
Yes.
The Constitution says, section 14, subsection 2A, that sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria.
That's right.
And they give consent to those who govern through the Constitution. So where you do not observe the Constitution, it means that you do not have the consent of the people to rule. The people have a right to say, we are not going to recognize you or acknowledge you. Yes. What is coming to Nigeria is what these people, they are behaving like children, as far as I'm concerned.
Animals.
They are behaving like children. We all saw Shonek on here. Somebody went with a decree or word of mouth, made somebody president and commander-in-chief. A court, it took just one declaration from a court, and it was gone. It's the same thing that we are, the same thing that we are getting into. Any court in Nigeria is invested with the authority to interpret the Constitution and can say that the person who calls himself president was not duly elected. That's and right. Therefore cannot answer that title and cannot give any instructions that should be obeyed. And that will be the beginning of crisis. We have warned against this. I don't know what is making them behave, think that it's a joke. I don't know how you will take 200 million Nigerians as a joke. It's not going to happen. The Constitution says you go and have a second election. But you feel too big.
Like I was explaining to someone, it's the same in discipline. Where you have red light, say stop.
That's right.
You feel too big because you are driving your Jeep, you don't stop. It's the same thing. It is the discipline in us that we have carried over to this exercise. The Constitution says you've not made it. You've not made 25% in Abuja. Nobody has told me that I'm wrong. There is no constitution. There is no court. I came to this court for the court to tell me that I'm wrong.
That's right.
Rather than telling me I'm wrong, the court, stays away from court.
Mute.
The court cannot even look me in the eye. So nobody has told me I'm wrong. Nobody has the courage to tell me I'm wrong. Because I am right. So, the Constitution says you should go for a second election. It's a simple, very simple thing. Even if that second election does not produce a winner, you go for a third one.
You had it right. These are the judges and the lawyers that they are calling for them to be executed. If you remember this very background picture that you're seeing right now, this man that is holding microphone is an imam. And the one that are looking at him, that I marked both of them, that one is a senator in Sokoto. The senator in Sokoto, I showed you a video where he recruited police and soldiers, mainly police. All of them are Fulanis, commanders. They are residing or they posted in all the states in Nigeria for them to head, giving orders. And the prayer that this man is praying here says that they are happy that they are on the last line to make sure that Nigeria belongs to them. Now, when you look at this very video that I just played right now, according to the report that I got on the voice message, which I extracted, that all the lawyers and the judges that are involved in seeking for court to stop the inauguration of this president-elect, and also these judges and lawyers accused APC government overthrowing that of Section 1, subsection 2 of Nigerian Constitution of 1999, also Section 14 of subsection 2A. That this goes against the Constitution, but this APC government overthrowing the Constitution in order to put in the person that is going to carry on the work that Buhari ended, which is total Fulanization and Islamization. And this killing that is going to start on the 1st of June, just a few days from now, all the Christian leaders will be slaughtered. The judges and lawyers will be slaughtered. And all the political organization leaders will also be slaughtered. This is the message. Pass this message to all these people that I mentioned. Shalom.